Imagine it's Monday morning. Your manager walks into your office, or worse, send you a Slack message before 9 a.m. And then they say, hey, we just bought 200 brand new laptops. They need to be fully configured, security policies, apps, company settings, and shipped directly to employees across 5 cities. Can we get that done by Friday? Now, if you are managing things traditional way, manually imaging devices, shipping them to a lab, running group policies from a domain controller, that request is your worst nightmare. But what if I told you there's a way to set up all 200 of those laptops without ever physically touching a single one? No imaging lab, no IT staff on site. Employees just open the box, turn on the laptop, sign in with their company account, and everything is automatically configured. That is Microsoft Intune. And in this series, I'm going to take you from absolute zero to confidently managing every device in your organization. Whether you are a brand new IT admin or a sysadmin who's been doing group policies for years and want to modernize, this series is for you. I'm your host. Welcome to CSYogi. Let's get into it. MDM, mobile device management, means you control the entire device. You decide what apps are installed, what security settings are applied, whether the screen lock is enabled, whether the hard drive is encrypted. You are in full control of the device. MAM, mobile application management, is more subtle, where you are not controlling the whole device, you are only controlling specific apps. This is perfect for BYOD, bring your own device, where an employee uses their personal phone or work. You can protect company data inside the Outlook app without touching their personal photos or WhatsApp. And Intune does both from a single cloud based admin portal. What makes Intune special is that it manages everything from one place: Windows laptop, Mac computer, iPhone, Android device, or even Linux desktop. One admin portal, one set of policies, one place to see the company's status for every single device in your organization. Intune is part of Microsoft EMS suite, Enterprise Mobility and Security, and it integrates deeply with Microsoft Entra ID, formerly known as Azure Active Directory for identity and Microsoft Defender for endpoint security. Think of it as a backbone of modern endpoint management. To really appreciate Intune, you need to understand what came before it, what most organizations still use today or used until recently. The traditional approach to managing Windows devices is Group Policy Object or GPOs. You have an on-premise Active Directory domain, your PCs are domain joined, and every 90 minutes, Group Policy refreshes, pulling settings from domain controllers inside your network. Password policies, software restrictions, drive mapping, screen lock, all done through GPO. And for organizations that are entirely on premise, with everyone in office every day connected to the corporate network, it works absolute fine. But here's where it breaks down. What happens when an employee is working from home and not connected to VPN? Group policies doesn't refresh. Your security settings might be stale for days or weeks. What if VPN is down or user forgot to connect? Same problem. What about new devices? In a traditional setup, you physically receive the laptop, images it with your standard OS build, join it to your domain, install software manually or through SSCM, Microsoft Configuration Manager, and then ships it. That process can take days per device. And what about that employees with an iPhone or Android? GPO has absolute no answer for that. Group policy is Windows only, domain join device only, and the Office or VPN only, we can say. The world changed. Hybrid work becomes the norm. Device diversified and the tools that worked in 2005 started to showing their age. That's the problem Intune was built to solve. So let's talk about why IT professionals are rapidly moving to Intune. Here's the 7 concrete benefits, and I'm going to show you exactly how each one is better than traditional approach. Benefit number 1: manage device anywhere in the world without a VPN, without a domain controller, without any special network infrastructure. Intune communicates with device over standard HTTPS port 443, the same port your browser uses. That means your policies, your app deployment, or compliance check, they reach every device. Whether the employee is in your office, working from home, traveling in Singapore, or at coffee shop in London, no VPN, no domain join, no on-premise infrastructure required, just internet. Benefit number 2: zero touch device deployment through Windows Autopilot. This is the best one that blows people's mind. When they see it, with Autopilot, a vendor ships laptop directly to employee anywhere in the world. The employee opens the box, turns it on, and sign it with their company Microsoft account. Intune detects the device, recognize it from your registered hardware hash, and automatically applies every configuration profile, installs every required apps, enforce every security policies, all during that first sign in. By the time employee sees their desktop, the device is fully corporate managed. IT never physically touched that device. That's autopilot. That's the Monday morning scenario I described at the start. Solved. Benefit number 3: one single console for every platform your organization uses. I log into intune.microsoft.com. From that one portal, I manage Windows 11 laptop, iPhone, iOS 18, Samsung Android device, MacBook, and even uh, Ubuntu Linux endpoints. Same portal, same admin experience, and one place to see the health and compliance of every single device. In a traditional setup, you might have Active Directory for Windows, a separate MDM for phones, a separate tool for Mac. With Intune, that all consolidated. Benefit number 4, and this is a big one for security team: compliance policy combined with conditional access. In Intune, you define what is compliant. Device look like BitLocker encrypted, must be enabled. Antivirus must be active. OS must be updated within last 30 days. Password must be set. Now you pair that with conditional access in Microsoft Enter ID. The rule: if the device is not compliant, it cannot access Microsoft 365, no Outlook, no Teams, no SharePoint, period. An employee whose laptop has been compromised or who has disabled security settings, they got blocked automatically. No ticket needed, no manual intervention. The system enforces it continuously. GPO cannot do this. GPO has no concept of blocking cloud resources access based on device health. Benefit number 5: complete app lifecycle management. You can deploy Microsoft 365 apps to all Windows devices silently. No user interaction needed. You can push approved apps from Google Play or Apple App Store to mobile device. You can deploy custom in-house apps and you can set up apps as required, meaning they install automatically, or available, meaning users can install from company portal on their own. When it's time to remove an employee, a departing employee, you can do a selective wipe or personal device. This means only the company apps and data without touching personal photos or messaging or apps. On a corporate device, you can do a full remote wipe, resetting it to factory. Benefit number 6: protecting company data on a personal device without invading employee privacy. Through app protection policies, part of Intune MAM capability, you can protect data inside Microsoft apps like Outlook, Teams, and OneDrive on a personal phone without enrolling the entire device. Copy paste between work app and personal apps, blocked. Saving company's email attachment to a personal iCloud, blocked. Requiring a PIN to open Outlook, done. And none of these require a device to be enrolled in MDM. The employee personal data is completely invisible to IT. Benefit number 7, visibility and remote control you have never had before. From the Intune portal, you can see every enrolled device, its compliance status, OS version, last sync time, assigned user, installed apps. You have a real-time inventory of your entire device fleet. And for remote action, if a device is lost or stolen, remote lock it or remote wipe it instantly. Need to troubleshoot an employee device, send them to the company portal to sync or trigger a sync remotely yourself, all without needing physically access. Those are 7 powerful reasons organizations are moving to Intune. But and I want to be completely honest with you here. Intune is not perfect. There are a real limitation you need to know about. All right, I want to be straight with you because any good tutorial series has to be honest, not just promotional. Intune has real limitations. Here's what you need to know before you start. Limitation number 1, cost. Unlike group policies, which is essentially free if you have Windows Server and Active Directory, Intune requires a subscription license. You either need Microsoft Intune Plan 1 standalone, or you get it included with Microsoft 365 Business Premium, E3 or E5. For a small organization on tight budget, this is a real consideration. Limitation number 2. GPO is still more granular. For certain deep Windows settings, group policy has thousands upon thousands of individual settings built up over decades. Intune settings catalog is catching up fast, but there are still some legacy settings, particularly for older applications, custom registry configuration, and complex printer management, where GPO gives you more control. Limitation number 3. The Intune portal, particularly the setting catalog, contains over 4,000 individual settings. This is powerful, but it also overwhelming for beginners. Finding the right settings, understanding what it does, and knowing its dependencies takes time to learn. Limitation number 4, policy conflicts. If you are running both GPO and Intune, which many organizations do during migration, conflicts are possible. By default, group policy wins over Intune settings. There's a way to flip these settings. The MDM wins over GP settings, but you need to manage this carefully or you will have unpredictable behavior. Limitation number 5. Sync is not instant. When you change a policy in Intune, it doesn't hit device in real time. The device sync interval for Windows device is every 8 hours. Though you can manually trigger a sync and Windows check in more frequently when there are pending policies, for urgent security changes, this delay matters. Limitation number 6, employee buy in for BYOD. When you ask employee to enroll their personal phone in MDM, many will be uncomfortable. Even though you are not accessing their personal data, education and clear communication are required. App protection policies, MAM without enrollment helps here, but it's still a change management challenge. Limitation number 7. Intune does not fully replace everything. Complex application packaging, software distribution at massive scale, OS deployment for complex scenarios, and deep server management, these still often involve Microsoft Configuration Manager, or SCCM as is historically known. Many enterprises run both Intune and Configuration Manager through in what's called co-management. We'll cover that in a later episode. So Intune is not silver bullet, it's modern, powerful tool with real strength and real limitation, and knowing both will make you a better IT professional. Intune. Let me ground this in three real world scenario so you know exactly when Intune is the right answer and when the traditional approach still makes sense. For the vast majority of organizations in 2026, especially those using Microsoft 365, Intune is not just good option, it's the direction the industry is moving. Microsoft has effectively signaled that Intune is the future of endpoint management. Group policy will continue to work, but there's no major new investment going into it. The new feature, the new capabilities, they are all coming to Intune. Let me just give you a quick peek at what the Intune admin portal looks like. So when we set it up in episode 2, it won't feel completely foreign. This is the Microsoft Intune Admin Center. On the left, your main navigation. Let me walk through it quickly. Home. Your dashboard at a glance, device compliance, enrollment status, my alerts, devices. This is where you manage every enrolled device. You can filter by platform, see compliance status, and take remote actions. Apps. Deploy and manage application across all your platform. Endpoint security. Security baseline, antivirus policies, firewall rules, defender integration, reports, compliance reports, app install status, endpoint analytics, your visibility into the health of your fleet. That's the portal, simple, clean. And in episode 2, we are going to set up your own Intune tenant from scratch, completely free, and start building in here together. Alright, let's recap what we have covered today. Microsoft Intune is cloud-based platform for managing and security all device in your organization from one portal across all platforms from anywhere in the world. Compared to traditional group policy, Microsoft Intune gives you remote management without VPN, multi-platform support, compliance enforcement tied to cloud access, zero trust device deployment, and BYOD protection through app policies. But it's not perfect. It costs money, has some granularity gaps versus GPU, has sync delays and policy conflicts. Need careful management. In episode 2, which you should watch right now, I'll link in the description and the card above. We are going to set up completely free Intune trial tenant from scratch. You will have your own working Intune tenant in about 15 minutes. If you found this video useful, hit that like button, subscribe to CSYogi so you don't miss the rest of the series. And if you have any question, drop them in the comments. I'll read and reply to every single one of them. I'll see you in episode 2. Let's build this together. Thank you very much.